draw. So we're going to do all signs. We're going to start with Aries, work our way all the way through the zodiac, down to our Pisces. So take what works, leave what doesn't. We all know who we are. All right, and if the room fills up and you guys want to throw out some questions, I'd be happy to answer a few questions at the end of this live. All right, so we're gonna get started here. I am using the Wisdom of the Oracle. I love to do these with the Oracle deck, and this is my favorite Oracle deck. It's by Colette Baron Reed. So let's see. Turn myself off there. All right, let's get going. All right, for those of you who have been here before, thank you for coming back. Those of you who are new, welcome, welcome. I'm Raven Blackstar. Yeah, and I'm going to do an all signs reading. And we're just going to quickly run through and see what the weekend's looking for us, you know, because I like to do this on Wednesday to see what we're looking for as we walk our way into the weekend. All right, so we're going to start with Aries at 1:13. All right, Aries, ready? Aries. Grateful, thankful for the messages. And if you like the reading, hit that like button because that really helps me out. All right, Aries, let's see what's going on for all of you. And again, as always, take what works and leave what doesn't. All right, so Aries, what's going on? Let's see, your first card out is that of happy. So that's a turnaround from last week, right? You know, and I think, you know, you've had to push through a lot of stuff in this last few weeks. You know, I think at one point you were really, really happy here because look, we got happy. But then you kind of go into this space of, you know, oh, I'm so alone, I'm lonely. So I'm feeling these highs and lows with you. You know, this energy of, you know, one day I'm remembering and things are really, really great. Isn't that funny? I put them down and I turned them around. The tarot and the oracle. So I feel as if, you know, one day you're up and one day you're down. So you have good days and you have bad days is what I'm seeing here. And I feel as if a lot of it has to do with something that you couldn't finish, something you couldn't complete, something that, you know, I think you really had some very high hopes for. With this Treasure Island reversed and unfinished symphony, I feel as if, you know, I think you saw it turning out differently. So as a result, whatever the situation was, whether it was a relationship or a job or maybe you were, you know, working on a project, whatever it was, I feel as if, you know, you kind of really got disappointed because what ended up happening is that things never got completed, you know, and on one end you're kind of glad that things didn't go through and on the other end you wished it had. So I'm just getting this up and down energy for you going into this weekend. You know, I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that, you know, there was something that was left unfinished. You know, it's like you couldn't clean it up, whatever it was. If it was a relationship, you guys couldn't make it, you know, really kind of meld and mesh together. If it was a job, it's just like somehow, you know, you've always fell short. If it was, you know, say a project that you were doing, I think, you know, you ran out of steam. It was that kind of a thing. So with this energy of a high and a low and a high and a low, I think the big thing for you this weekend, going into the weekend, Aries, is to find some balance. You know, and kind of get a hold of these emotions that seem to be all over the place. All right, because, you know, to be really, really happy one day and then the next day wake up and, you know, be really, really low, that's not healthy. So this weekend, look for some balance in your life, all right? And whatever it is that was really weighing down on you, maybe this is the weekend to kind of let it go. You know, just saying. All right, let's turn to our Taurus at 4:18. All right, Taurus, how are you guys doing? Right? Let's see what the Oracle has to say for you guys going into this weekend. Grateful, thankful to each and every one of you. So Taurus, what's the energy look like for you going into the weekend? So, gosh, man, that's two signs in a row that I feel is having a very hard weekend. All right, so I feel as if going into the weekend, I mean, you're just not feeling other people, all right? Maybe you just don't seem to like be on the same page, or people don't really understand you, or, you know, it's just like this real disconnect with the people that you're around. And I feel as if it's one of these things that you've been dealing with this issue for a long time, all right? You just can't seem to make things work, but at the same time, you're not ready to let it go either, right? So if you're involved with someone or you're doing something that you truly, truly love, you're not ready to just let it go because you can't seem to make it work. And I say this because poised reversed and we have fork in the road. It's like you don't want to have to make another decision and go in another direction, right? You are really loyal. Here we have loyal. And that's very much a trait of a Taurus, right? I feel as if you were really loyal to the situation. But honestly, you're just not happy. I mean, you're not happy where you're at, and you're not happy working with the people that you're working with, and you're not happy, maybe even within the confines of your own circle. But I feel as if, you need to kind of make a decision, to choose whether you want to be happy or whether you want to continue because of a sense of loyalty, because, there's this thing about, well, we're not gonna, I'm loyal to the company, I'm loyal to this person, I'm loyal, right? But you can be loyal and not be happy, and that's what I'm feeling here. You're not happy. And I say this because here we have this Between Worlds card. So I feel as if you are really ready to make a decision as to whether or not you want to be loyal to the situation or you want to really move out of it and find another direction that actually might bring some brightness and color and happiness into your world. So that's what I'm thinking is coming your way this weekend. So just be aware of that, and it's just like, I think we always know when we should leave a situation. Leaving the situation, that's a different story, right? All right, so that's what I have for you, Taurus. Now let's move on to our Gemini. Gemini 713. Trying to keep this going. Get you your timestamps for the end of it so that you can find your signs easily, right? All right. Gemini, what's going on for all of my Gemini? Sun, rising, Venus signs, Gemini. What's going on for my gems? Gemini, we have deep knowing reverse. I feel as if, there's a situation that you don't want to see. It's one of those, little denial is what I'm feeling with this deep knowing card here. And I feel like a lot of what it is, again, you are in the same boat as Taurus here. You need to make a decision, all right? And I think, this deep knowing is also knowing that you need to do something and you need to go in another direction. Here you are, trying to figure out what to do. You don't want to make the mistakes of the past. There's a lot of anxiety in the future, not knowing what's going to happen. But I feel as if, you too need to find a situation that will make you happy, and listen, happiness is our greatest and highest good. It truly is. But, like Taurus, you don't want to make a decision about a situation. And whatever this decision is, I feel like you're doing something that is keeping you in the dark, all right? And this could be simply, not going out, and it's just like, so you become a hermit. Or it can be, you'd rather stay home and just kind of play on the games, things like that. But I feel like, there's this real need to come into balance, especially when things haven't been feeling really, really good around you. Now, I am feeling like there could be a female energy around here that, that's a decision you have to make. All right. So if you're involved with somebody, and I do have a female energy, I feel like this person is not feeling very good about themselves. And they may not be feeling very good because I get this energy of depression around these two cards, right? And they're not feeling very good about themselves. But at the same time, I also feel that you, Gemini, are not going to give up either. So that you could just kind of throw the towel in and go in another direction. But you have go the distance card here as your final outcome. So regardless of what's going on, and maybe you're dealing with somebody that you don't really understand why they're all one way or another, because there is an energy of like, I don't know what to do. They've done this before and I just got to let them go until they kind of cool down. So I feel like you're dealing with an energy of, something that you've experienced before with someone. And it's just, and it could be somebody who suffers from depression. They might have highs and lows, and, but I do feel like you're not going to throw in the towel. You're going to figure it out. We're going to make it work. Don't you worry. So I feel like it could be a very deep weekend between you and someone, Gemini. So just keep that in mind, all right? Okay, next up is our Cancers. Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, 1032. Okay, 1032. All right, Cancer. Let's see what's going on for all my Cancers. Grateful, thankful to each and every one of you. We got a couple people watching, so welcome. It's nice to have you in the chat. All right, let's see what's going on for all my Cancers as we walk into the weekend. Now, keep in mind, these are short little energies. This is just like from now to the weekend. The weekend ends on Sunday, right? So just a few days, all right? So, Cancer, you might need a little help this weekend, reaching out for some help. And I feel as if it comes just in the nick of time. This is a blessing. When people come rallying around you because you need help, you need support, it's a real gift. And for whoever you are, Cancer, I feel like this is something that you really, it touches you. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it touches you that someone's come out to help you. I think that's really beautiful energy. So let's see what this is all about. Here's the thing, okay? Sometimes people come out to help you for different reasons, all right? And some people may come out because they truly, really want to help you. Some people may come out because, they want something from you. So I'm feeling like you just have to use some real discernment. When somebody goes over, above, and beyond, and they're doing things that it's not called for. You ask them to come in and help you clean out, the garage is one thing, but now they want to clean out the garage and the attic and the basement and this and that. And can I have this one? It's almost as if they're going through your house treasure hunting. It's that kind of an energy. So, just use a little discernment about, the kind of help that does come walking through. Because, you don't want to question somebody's intentions. You want to say, oh, yeah, this is really great. I'm glad they came through, to help you. But you want to avoid a lot of chaos and a lot of conflict. And I think there is just an energy of somebody who wants to come and help you. And it starts out really, really good. But then somehow it goes south. It's almost like, your friend says, oh, don't you worry. I'm going to help you with your windows, all right? So you say, all right, great, come over. Let's come over on Saturday and let's work on the windows. And they've done this before. They know how to do the windows. And they end up just totally ruining it, And now you have this total disaster. And you're going to have to actually pay somebody to come in and fix your windows. It's that kind of help that I want you to just be very leery of, because I feel as if their good intentions end up getting kind of squished, and it's just like, it started out real good, but I just don't see it ending very well. So, it's one of those things, I would say, Cancer, if you can tell somebody, all right, I think that's enough, and send them on their way, because too much of a good thing, I think, is the problem here, all right? So I just feel like somebody is after something you might have. They want to help you, but they also want to get something. So just be aware of that, all right? So let's move on to our Leos. Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. What's going on with all my Leos? Let's see, you're at 1401. All right. Leo, what does your weekend look like? What does your weekend look like? Let's see. First card out, Leo, is the Yang energy coming up reversed. So if you are a male, you may be feeling a little off this weekend. If you are dealing with the male energy, I feel like they are a little off, okay? Because this energy is all upside down. I don't know what's going on here. So the next card we have is Go to the Distance and Blessed. So, Leo, what I'm picking up is that, there's somebody who's really troubled. This is like a sad energy. This can be, somebody who's in a deep depression. This can be somebody who is struggling with, some kind of mental illness. But I feel like, you know, you're going to hang in there with this person and help them through whatever it is that they are going through. So you might spend your weekend actually, you know, yeah, and here's that yin energy, you know, being kind and nurturing, even if it means you don't get to do something you wanted to do. I feel like you're okay giving up your weekend to help somebody who you really care about. I don't feel like this is somebody you are, you know, married to, but it's somebody who you are really, really close to, like a really, really great friend or a brother. And I just feel like, you know, you see that they just need a little bit of support to keep them in line. And I think you, Leo, are going to actually provide some of that this weekend because I see you coming out with a very kind energy, very nurturing. You know, so somebody might actually just need you, you know, and they might just need you to just kind of listen and be a sounding board. You know, what is it that they say? You know, when somebody asks for some help because they're really struggling, you know, you should ask them whether or not you want to, whether they want advice, whether they want a solution, or whether you want them to just listen. And I feel like this is the weekend that you have coming up for you, Leo, where somebody may just need you to just kind of be there for them. All right. And I think you being the good friend that you are, you will be there for them. All right. So that's your weekend coming up, Leo. So, and again, take what works, leave what doesn't. It is what it is, you know. There's an awful lot of you out there, and for the most part, you know, if we can hit on 10% of you, we're doing good, right? All right. Let's see. Virgo. What's going on with all my Virgos? 1650. 1650. Well, now it's 1651 or something, right? All right, Virgo. What's going on for my Virgos? Let me shuffle this a little bit longer. Virgo, I just saw the card of soulmates reversed. So I'm just wondering whether there's some tension between you and your person this weekend. But let's see what the energies have to say. Okay. All right, first card out is TikTok. So you're running out of time in some situation, and I feel like, you know, Virgo, something's got to shift. All right. Boy, this card has come out in more readings. All right. So, Virgo, I feel like time is running out here. TikTok reversed. Okay. And there's deep knowing. And you know that there is a change here. There's a change in the wind that needs to happen. All right. I think you've been really, really flexible. I think you've been doing everything you can, you know, to kind of make things happen between you and someone or you in a situation. I think you've been extremely flexible. You know, you're the one doing all the bending here, trying to make things work. But you're at a point where you're just not happy and you just need to see the light of day again. All right. You know, because something's got to turn. You can't be feeling all alone anymore. And I think, you know, as you move out and through the weekend, I do see that, you know, there may be a clearing of energy. All right. Because this change in the wind, this is like the tower. Something has got to give, you know, because, you know, you have no more time. You know, so I feel like it's decision time. What are we going to do? Are we going to stay? Are we going to go? Are we going to move? Are we going to stay? Are we going to go on this trip or we're not going to go on this trip? Are we going to go do this or are we not going to do this? So I feel like you're at that point where it's just like, you know, I'm tired of not knowing what to do because we can't. And I feel as if you are really ready to make some big changes, Virgo, you know, so that your life can get a little bit easier, lighter, brighter, because, you know, the pressure of, oh my God, the bills are due now. Oh my gosh, this is due now. I mean, this is like deadline is screaming at you. Time's up. So I feel like, you know, you're at that point where whether you like it or not, something's got to give. All right, Virgo, I mean, really, whether you like it or not. And this weekend, I think is going to be the tipping point for all of you. All right, so that's what I got for you, Virgo. All right, let's see, 19. All right, let's move on to Libra. What's going on, Libra? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Libra. Grateful, thankful to each and every one of you for coming through. So, Libra, what's going on for you guys this coming weekend? What's going on for all my Libras this coming weekend? All right, we got exchanging gifts. So I have to tell you, this energy of exchanging gifts has a lot to do with give and take. All right, so going into the weekend, maybe somebody's gonna, give you a wonderful little present. Wouldn't that be wonderful? But then it might make you feel really like bad because you didn't get them anything. And why did they give you this present? So I feel as if this is about a give and take situation that you are involved in. And we have Milk and Honey and Treasure Island coming up reversed. You know what I'm also getting with this? I feel as if there's a lot of spending. A lot of spending. And I don't think that is the wisest move for you right now. All right? Because I just don't think you have the money to spend. So in one respect, maybe somebody's out being a shopaholic. So if you are out spending an awful lot of money that you shouldn't be, I think this weekend you're going to have some buyer's remorse. And there's nobody going to help you out of this one. So I feel like, you need to prepare yourself. All right, Libra, because you're not ready to just go out and spend all kinds of money, and you can't. So I'm feeling as if, you're kind of digging your own grave here. You know what I mean? All that glitters is not always what it seems here, and then we have come to the edge. And I think that it's almost as if, and I've been in this situation, right? It's just like, I don't have a lot of money, right? And it gets to the point where all these bills come crashing down on you. It's the car, it's the house, it's the plumbing, it's, the kids, it's this, it's that, right? And it gets to the point where it just doesn't matter. I don't have the money anyway, so I might as well go shopping, right? I don't have the money anyway, so I might as well spend it on this. What difference does it make? I might as well just go out to eat, because, I don't have any money anyway. So I feel as if, Libra, you would want to just kind of keep your hands in your pocket this weekend, all right? And, just because you're feeling like you don't have enough, I just feel like it's time for you to kind of, get a grip on reality when it comes to your spending and where you're putting your money and how you're spending it. And, it's like it just kind of like falls through your fingers. So, yeah, just be aware of where your money is going this weekend, and, if you can't afford it, there's so many things you can do that don't cost any money. A wonderful walk around the lake, a craft project around the house, working in the yard. I mean, there's all these things you can do. Anyway, you don't have to spend money this weekend. All right, Libra. All right, let's move on to my Scorpios. Scorpio, what's going on for my Scorpio? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Scorpio, grateful, thankful to each and every one of you out there. What's happening with all my Scorpios? Scorpio. I get cleaning up. So you might be doing some cleaning this weekend. Maybe hitting some spring cleaning, that kind of thing. Soulmates. Oh, what a lovely weekend you have. Finally, a nice little energy read. All that glitters is gold. I feel like, masks come off. I don't know why I want to say that, but, here we have two masks here. And, all that glitters is something that's really, really great. And I think, you might start to really see your person as them. The honeymoon phase is over. It is what it is. And now, that all the masks are off, I think you're starting to see this person a little differently. And I think you're starting to see that this energy is not for you. So, when the rose-colored glasses come off, it's amazing what we see. And sometimes we're shocked at what it is. And I think all along, and I'm sorry for the person who, when I first started, said, this is going to be a really great reading. Because there could be somebody out there who's going to have a lovely weekend. But I'm feeling for this reading, the whole reading itself, I'm just feeling as if as time goes on, you're starting to see that, this was never going to work. This person was not for you. This was never going to happen. And it actually helps you kind of move on. Because you're starting to see things. And I think you see that this cannot be fixed, whatever the situation is between you and this person. The mending card is reversed. So I think you see things finally The veil has lifted, everything's clear, and you see that, I might as well move on. I may as well move on. So I don't know whether you have a conversation with this person or it's just like residue from a breakup, but I think, it gets clearer and clearer for you, Scorpio, that this person just was not right for you. And now that you're feeling more and more like yourself, you're starting to really see that, yeah, I kind of got lost there for just a minute, right? Listen, it happens to all of us. All right, Scorpio, let's move on to our Sagittarians, all right? 25, 37. All right, let's see what's going on with all my Saggies. Grateful, thankful to each and every one of you out there. Thankful for everyone. Saggies, are you happy? Oh, look, you might be happy. You get some help or what you've been waiting for comes through, but I feel like, you're feeling good with the people around you who are working with you, who are helping you. Look at you guys. You guys are mending things together. So, Sagittarius, it's also one of these things that, in the midst of all of this, you're happy because you and someone else seem to patch things up. And, it could have been with a female, maybe, I just feel as if, if you had a friend, Sagittarius, maybe it was your girlfriend or, maybe, this is your girlfriend. I just feel like, there's this wonderful nurturing conversation that comes out between the two of you. And it's a beautiful healing connection, although I think at some point you start to see that, because we have never ending story. It's like one person is ready to move on and the other one is still talking about what happened. But I think it's time for a new beginning, a new, fresh new start between the two of you. So I think we got to get out of, what happened and, clean slate. All right. Let's call it a clean slate, Sagittarius. Because, some people just are never going to change, and it's up to us to accept them as they are. Right. And I think this person you see, they're never going to change, but there's somebody you really want in your life. So it is what it is. And I think you guys have an opportunity for a fresh, brand new beginning and start. So yeah, I think, you should take it and reap it while the energy is there and see what you can make with it. All right. And, I think a good friend is worth the effort. Don't you? I think a good friend is really worth the effort to try to patch something up if something was amiss. All right. Just saying, that's just my 2 cents, because to have a good friend, that's precious. To have more than one good friend, you're a really lucky person. So I think, it's something that's important to you. It is. So yeah, fix it. It's easy enough, right? All right, Capricorn, what's going on with our Cappies? You came out, I pulled the same card, mending. Again, I'm gonna mix them again because I don't think I mixed them. I'm like, what? These are the same cards I just pulled for Sagittarius. All right, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. What's going on for all my Cappies? I'm gonna shuffle you up. We'll do 4 shuffles. That was 2, 3, and 4. And let's see what's coming through for all of my Capricorns for the upcoming weekend. What's going on for all my Capricorns? Message in a bottle. So you may be hearing from somebody. You might get a phone call. All right, because there's a telephone in this bottle. So somebody might call you up. It could throw you a little bit. It could be about something that, again, I don't know what sign it was, but something that I think you knew was due or it was time. Let's get a few more cards. Yeah, like this, you knew this was coming, whatever it was. So I feel as if somebody wants to talk to you about a situation that they're waiting for. Like, are you supposed to complete something, Capricorn? Because I feel like, you're on a timeline here. It's just like you've got to get something done. And, you do. But I wonder whether or not, because we have the here and now card, it's like you can't focus. I'm just feeling like you just can't seem to focus on whatever it is that you're supposed to be doing. All right. And, you might have a conversation with someone and you could be the one delivering the message saying, hey, I'm just not going to have this finished. I'm not going to get this to you. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Now, you do have the card not for you and it's reversed. So I think, I I think you thought that this isn't something you really wanted to do, whatever it is, but there is a deadline, and, it's almost like you made a promise, right? So you got to go through with it, whatever it is. Maybe you made a commitment to go somewhere and now you don't want to go, but you got to go, because now everybody's expecting you to show up because you said you were going to show up. So I feel like it doesn't matter what it is, Capricorn, you got to follow through with it, all right? Because I feel like you made a promise and you said you were going to do it, and there's no turning back now. All right, Cappy, so that's what I got for you. You got to do it, all right? It is what it is, What is it in the four agreements? Is like, keep your word impeccable. Well, that's part of it, all right? It's just like if you tell somebody, don't you worry, I'm going to have this done by Saturday night, then you got to get it done by Saturday night because they're counting on you. And, to not get it done disappoints them, and now we have this whole other situation, and now we've gone into a whole other realm of energy. You get my drift? So just get done what you have to get done, Capricorn, right? And all will be well. All right, let's move on to my Aquarius. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Grateful, thankful for all my Aquarius. What's going on for all my Aquas out there? Aquarius. Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Aquarius. What's going on for my Aquarius? Grateful, thankful for all my Aquarians. Are you ready? Let's see what's coming up for you for this weekend. And the cards say, here and now reversed. So, I feel like you're stressed. So in the energy of stress, let it out, start cleaning. There's a lot of spring cleaning going on here is what I'm sensing, So I feel like it's a good way to channel your energy. So if you're stressed about a situation, you got a lot of anxiety, I think you need to turn it, into something positive. And here we have the Yin card. And I think that, whatever it is, you've got to kind of take care of yourself through it all. So, clean it up. This could be about you. All right, Aquarius, some of you may be cleaning up your act and decide, I'm not going to drink anymore, or I'm only going to drink on the weekends, or maybe you're going to, quit smoking, or maybe you're going to go on a diet, or maybe you're going to start exercising. But I think that in order to get a control of your anxiety and all, that the best thing to do is to start taking care of you, because if you are in balance, then the world around you is in balance. So that's what I'm feeling. And look, if you need a little help, get it. Sometimes, we want to do these things that are big life changes, and we don't always succeed. Because we know that we really should be doing this or that, or maybe we should be with a group that, could help us through, whether it's AA or Weight Watchers or whatever, what have you. I feel as if this is one of these situations where don't be afraid to reach out for help, Aquarius. And, this can even be anxiety. This could even be help through a therapist. Don't be afraid to ask for help. All right, because I know I'm not good at it, and I should be better at it. I think most of us aren't real good at help. And then there's other people like my ex-husband who is so good at asking for help. You know what I'm saying? But I'm feeling for you, Aquarius, that, you need to reach out and get the help you need. Whether this is help in quitting smoking, this is help in losing weight, whether this is help in just your mental state. Don't be afraid to reach out and get help. Maybe there's a good friend of yours. I know, many of us, we have different friends that we tell different things to. Maybe there's a friend out there that could really help you, at least get over this hump that you're feeling. All right? So that's what I got for you. So let's move on to my Pisces, 3405. All right, Pisces, what's going on for you, Pisces? Grateful, thankful for all the messages for each and every one of you guys out there. What's going on for my Pisces? What's going on for all the Pisces out there? Let's see. One more shuffle, right? Make sure we really get them. I think it's time for a new deck. All right, let's see. Pisces, your first card out is By the Book reverse. So you're cutting corners. All right, and who is this person? You know what I get with this? I gotta tell you, I feel like, and if it doesn't resonate, that's fine. But I feel like you're really loyal when you have to be. but then you're not. I mean, that's just what I was getting, you know? So I feel like there is this energy between you and someone, you know, who, you know, I just feel like, you know, this is somebody who really cares about you, but I don't feel like you're always on the up and up with them. All right. So I wonder whether or not, you know, you hold back information from this person, you know, and here we have, you know, chop wood, you know, because, you know, you don't want to tell them everything, you know, because you wouldn't do things, they would do it. So I feel like there's this conflict in how you do it and how they do it, you know, so there's like a mixed message here, you know, because here we have, you know, this is somebody who, you know, they're your soulmate and they're really, really loyal, you know, but I keep getting this but, but there's something that you just can't seem to commit to, you know, and even though, you know, there's this really intense connection, you know, I really think you're overthinking things here, you know, because, you know, Pisces, here we have the thinker reversed, you know, and here we have chop wood. I feel like in order to kind of get things on the same page with somebody, because you may be, you know, you might be over here and your person's over here, and, you know, you guys just can't seem to get on the same page with each other. I feel as if, you know, you might be overthinking things, or you're choosing not to do some of the work that would actually turn this energy around. So, you know, in essence, what I'm feeling for you, Pisces, is that, you know, you don't want to change. You know, I mean, I think you want to have, you know, the commitment and the person and this and that, but under your terms. And, you know, that doesn't always fly when it's under your terms. You know, so I think you really have to think about the compromises that it takes between two people to have a really good relationship. And, you know, when this comes out, chop wood, this is about, you got to do the work. You know, you can't just have a relationship and figure, well, all right, now we're together and it's done. You know, it's just like there's work that has to be done to a relationship. And if you don't want to change, you know, then what's going to happen to them? So I'm just getting this feeling of, you know, you got to give a little bit, all right? And, you know, you don't want to do things the way they want to do things. You know, you want to do things your way, you know, and you don't want to go over here. You want to go out with these people, and you don't want to do this. You want to go do this. So I'm feeling like, you know, there's just this energy of you guys just not being on the same page, but you got to have a little bit of faith here, you know, because I'm just thinking that, you know, this is a great connection. Don't blow it. All right? Don't blow it. Don't blow it because you don't want to make the few little compromises that it's going to take for this connection to really be something really great. You know, this means, you know, if you really want this to happen and this is really your person, then you can't be going out and having coffee with all these other people, right? You know, and making them jealous because now they're insecure because they're like, is he really committed? Are they really committed? I don't know. You know, she's over there doing this and he's over there doing that. So I'm feeling like, you know, this is an energy where the two of you have got to start doing the work. Because this complacency in a relationship, that's where we always get in trouble and then we don't know how to come back. So you got to do the work when you're with someone, you know, and it's two people. It's not your way or the highway, and it's not their way or the highway. It's everybody's way, you know. You got to make it work. And I think, you know, if you do that, you won't feel so alone in a connection with someone. You know, because when we feel alone in a connection with someone, what do? We go elsewhere to see whether we can find some kind of connection. And I feel like, Pisces, that's a little bit of what you're doing here. So, yeah, you got to do the work and you got to be able to compromise. So listen, that's what I got for you guys. Take what works. Leave what doesn't. It is what it is. You know, it's really hard to read when nobody's around. But anyway, I'm happy to be here, and I'll be here again next week. This is just what I'm going to do on Wednesdays at 4 o'clock. All right, so I will see you all later. Hit that like button if you liked the reading, and yeah, I'll see you then. Bye.